You are now. Awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to start with a little bit about my story, but we won't go too far into that because we only have 40 minutes. I don't want to get cut off. So like I said, I do this full time. I've been coaching for 4 years. When I started 4 years ago, I was on maternity leave. I have a university degree, and I was actually thinking about like going back to school because I couldn't get anything in my field. I majored in HR and business, couldn't get anything in my field, and I was like, maybe I need to spend more money, go back to school, get something else, and find something that I'm passionate about. But I really didn't know what it was. And I was like working 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, at a job which I was just like, yeah, it's okay, like no passion for it. I didn't love Mondays, like dreaded getting to work on Monday morning and lived for the weekends. I would maybe take a vacation once a year, lived paycheck to paycheck. Like there was never extra money. Money was always a stress. And then on mat leave, when I started this, money was even tighter. So it was a constant struggle. And me and my husband fought all the time about money because he would see me transferring it from his account to my account to go get groceries. And every time I went to swipe that card, I would have that anxiety, like, oh my gosh, is it going to come up insufficient funds? And it was just such a struggle all the time. So when I saw the opportunity online, I didn't know who, like before I had my coach, I didn't know who she was. I had no idea what a challenge group even was. I was new to all of it. And I saw her do a post, something about getting in shape and earning an income. And I was like, well, I have 20 pounds to lose because I had a baby at home. I was like, and I could use the extra money, so sign me up. No idea what I was getting into. By day 2, after signing up and getting into a challenge group, I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I needed. And I fell in love with the community of like the positivity in our groups. And when you're in a challenge group, you're just surrounded by other people working on their fitness goals, sharing ideas with nutrition. But it was like my little ray of sunshine when I got to check in, because all day spent with kids all day, like, I'm sorry, but that's hard work. And I was living in my husband's t-shirt and like, I lost myself. I had nothing for me. I was living for making snacks and like baby talk. And so when I could check in with my team and my challengers, it was like, that was for me. And it brought out this passion in me that I was like, so many more people need to do this. They don't realize that they could do this at home and make money doing it. So I dove all in. And then once I learned about the possibility of what this business can do, I was like, I went for it. And 6 figures was my goal. Like after, like first my goal was $50 a week just so I could put money in the Jeep without using a credit card. And then when I saw the possibility of what this can actually become, I was like, I'm going for 6 figures. So 4 years into it, pretty much 6 figures. I wish I could just say I'm 6 figures. It would be so much easier. 99,000 is what I earned in year 4, which blows my mind. And I don't tell you that to brag at all. I tell it to you because of that person 4 years ago who needed to hear that you can earn 99,000 doing something like this, something that you love, and you get to help people. You get to help yourself become like the best version of you. But you get to help other people who feel stuck as well, stuck in their fitness goals, but also stuck in just like thinking they need to go either back to school to earn money, or maybe they didn't go to school and they don't know what to do and they're just buried in debt. This is an option. So, and it was a huge option for me. It's changed my life so much. So we just built our dream house last year, which was never in the cards 4 years ago. It's crazy. We get to travel 3-4 times a year. We earn reward trips. Like Lindsay and I and Natasha were just on a cruise paid for by Beachbody 2 weeks ago. Like we're planning a leaders retreat next month. We're taking our leaders to an ocean retreat. Like the fact that I get to do that for them is crazy. And we're going to Summit, and some of the girls on here, my new coach Jasmine, she's coming. Like it's in Indianapolis. We're throwing a pool party for the team. It's crazy that this is life now. So like I said, I don't say it to brag. I say it for you to know that you can do this too. Okay, so that is a little bit about my journey, and let's get into what we do. So I'm going to talk about the 4 vital behaviors, and they're called vital because like you do these things, you will move your business forward. So this business is very simple, but it does require you to show up. So we lay it all out for you. You know exactly what you need to do to grow your business, but you got to show up to do those things. So the first thing is being a product of the product, and that is always in the forefront. You need to work on your own fitness goals and also your mindset. So with the fitness goals, you show up, you do your workout, you follow the nutrition plans, which are all laid out for you, and you share about them. So you're getting results, and you can show other people that this works. And that is the best way to grow your business, is to show, like, you guys, like, I have a transformation. This is how I'm growing my business, because it's just social proof that what we do can change your life. And the second thing is personal development, and that's when I talk about growing your mind. When I started, I never read a book or like audio book or anything like that. I know Brittany's on this call, and Brittany does a lot of personal development. Hey, Brittany. But I never did that before. And I used to think, like, I don't need self-help. Like, I'm good. But then once I started reading these books, I was like, oh my gosh, like, it's opened up my mind so much. It gave me confidence, because I used to be that girl that used to care what people thought. And oh my gosh, what if I posted this and it might upset somebody? You can't worry about what others think of you, because you can't please everyone. And personal development has helped me so much with that, but develop the confidence so I can do calls like this, because this was not me 4 years ago. I would be shaking and trembling and like wanting to die. I was even a little nervous before tonight's call, but I would have like crumbled on a call like this. So it helped me grow into a better version of me. Because if we're filling our cup, that's how we can fill up our challengers and our clients' cups too. Like, if you know what that means, it's like we're building them up constantly. So we need something to build ourselves up. And it just like helps you dream bigger and see the bigger picture and go for more. So that's personal development, and that's encouraged every day. In our team, we talk about it all the time. We share book ideas. You can listen to audiobooks, podcasts, whatever that is for you. Third thing is we share this with others. So we can't keep it to ourselves. So we need to share this with others. And like we've invited you here, that's exactly what we do as coaches, is we use the products. Think of it like this. You just went to the best restaurant and you got a meal, and your steak was cooked perfectly. The waiter was hilarious and complimented you on your shirt, and you got a free drink, and it was on sale too, your meal. And it was just like everything was so good. You get home, what do? You call up your sister, you call up your friend. You guys have to go to this restaurant. It was amazing. You wouldn't even believe the service. The food was phenomenal. It was super fresh too. Like, you would love it there. That's exactly what this is. You get results. You're so freaking excited that you can work out from home, get results, fit into your skinny jeans, that you're like, oh my gosh, you need to do this with me. You don't even have to go to a gym. Like, look at what I get to do, and it's for like this price. And you're just excited about it, and you share it with others. That is what coaching is. We get results, we share it with others, and we invite them into we have these things called challenge groups. You may have heard of it, or you're probably in one, maybe not. And we are basically cheerleaders for our clients, and we lock arms together and we work together with them. We're right in the trenches. It's not like we're dietitians. We are not fitness experts. We have people like that do all of our programs for us. So we don't have to do the heavy lifting of developing all these programs. But what we do is we use them, and we say, like, let's do this together. Like, many of you here are probably challengers, and we do it with you, and we do these programs with you. And we do them in these private groups to hold each other accountable, because that's like the missing link. That's why coaching came about, because there's lots of ways that you can lose weight and get in shape. But without that accountability and motivation of a coach to hold you accountable, that's like the missing link to getting some really good results. So that's our job, is to help them show up, help them stick to it. And if someone falls off the wagon, that's our job to check in, like, hey, how can I help? Like, let's get into this. Tell me how I can help you. And the fourth vital behavior is recognize clients and coaches. So like, we do shout outs, and we'll be in our team page. You guys, you're gonna love our team page. Like, we share anytime we see something happening, or someone does something good, or Lindsay posts a nice post, I always share right in the team page, like, way to go, Lindsay, like, look at this. And we cheer each other on. We are like the biggest cheerleaders for each other to lift each other up, because there's no better way to grow your business than to grow it together with the team and to encourage each other and share what we do with other people. And we cheer on our challengers and we share our challengers' success. And it's all about just spreading positivity. Like, there's so much negative crap on social media that I don't even see it anymore, because my news feed is like filled with coaches and clients. It's so refreshing, but there's so many other people that don't get that and don't get to see that we are like that little ray of sunshine, I guess, in somebody's day, that we can share some happiness and some positivity and share what we're doing. So those are our vital behaviors, and that's what we do each day. So it's a pretty cool job, eh? And the last thing I'm going to talk about is the question. I know Amanda had it. She said she was scared of failing, and also she's not good on social media. First thing with social media, none of us are good at social media. When I started, I posted once a week on social media, and it was like a picture of my kids. Like, I was never in the picture. But I didn't know those things. And that is something you learn through training. We have so much amazing training. You will learn how to grow your network, and you will learn how to set up challenge groups. Like, you will learn so much about social media that you didn't know before. I know Valerie's on this call. Val, you can probably attest to this, because I remember Val's like, I don't know anything about technology. And now she's doing all kinds of amazing stuff online. So don't think you have to know that. We have training to help you every step of the way. And about scared of failing, you guys, you'll never know how good you can be until you just start. My thing when I started was like, I just don't want to have regrets. And the only regret I would have is if I stopped doing it, but I didn't give it 100%. Like, if you give it 100% and you go all in, you never know what can happen. But the thing about this business is you don't have to hit a certain benchmark to be a success. We're working on ourselves. So even if you just show up and do your workout every day as a coach, and that keeps you accountable, you're doing it. You're a success. Everyone has a different goal, whether it's just to be a coach for your own accountability, so you show up for your workouts, or whether it's to pay off your visa every month, or whether it's to earn 6 figures. That's up to you. We have training to help you do that every step of the way. But the only way you fail is if you give up. So if you're showing up for yourself, you're not going to fail. And we have a whole team around you. So you always have that support to help you keep going. Okay, so I'm going to pass it off to Lindsay, because you probably want to know, like, how the heck do you earn money doing all of those things?
All right. Hey, guys. So I have a lot to talk about. I'm going to start just like Allie, and I'm going to share a little bit of my story, and then I'm going to get down to like the nitty gritty and tell you exactly how we earn an income. And I may have a 3-year-old that runs out while I do this, because he's not quite asleep yet, and I'm sitting at the kitchen table. Just one of those nights he doesn't want to go to bed, but that's okay. So I have been coaching now for just over 3.5 years. And gosh, I have a biology degree. I started coaching, didn't have a fitness background, didn't have a nutrition background. I was somebody who probably tried a million things before and failed at everything I tried in terms of weight loss. I had 45 pounds to lose. And I had just had a baby. So I had a 6-week-old at home and a 2.5-year-old when I started coaching. I actually watched Allie. We're from the same small town, went to high school together, and I watched her on social media for 7 months. And I just wanted what she had. Like, I saw her going on these trips, having fun, making friends, losing weight, earning an income. And honestly, I was a little jealous, and I just kept watching from the sidelines, and I never did anything about it until I came to a call just like this, and it was a Friday night, and I joined. I was like, okay, I'm in, because I just saw them talking, and I'm like, hey, you guys, like, you're friends and you've never met before, because they were all over the US and Canada. So I joined with a maxed out credit card. My husband had just been laid off from his contract work, and I was on mat leave. So we were a family of 4 on an income, which was really, really terrible. And I kind of worked this job through a bunch of different seasons of my life. So I worked it through mat leave, working in pockets of time when I could. I worked it when I went back to work full time. And then I went to part-time when it was sustainable enough. And then I quit. And then I quit my corporate job last year. And I work this business like right here on my kitchen table in my house. And that like blows my mind. So I am going to talk to you guys about income. I'm going to talk to you how you earn an income as a new coach and how you can grow that income. And I'll break down what my income looks like. So, and for income disclaimer, income isn't guaranteed. I have to say that it's not guaranteed. You have to work for it, and everybody's income will be different. Some people grow faster than I have, and some people grow slower. So in my very first full year as a coach, I earned $18,000. In my second year as a coach, I earned $36,000. So I doubled it. And then last year in my third year as a coach, I get goosebumps talking about this, I earned $80,000 working this business. Like, that is insane. And if I look at my year this year, in my first quarter, I've earned $30,000. Like, I can't even tell you, when I joined and I saw that Allie was making, I think you were maybe making like $400 a week or something. And I was like, I remember saying to my husband, I'm like, oh my God, could you imagine if we could earn that? Could you imagine if we could earn like $400 a week doing this? And like, it's just kept growing, but I've always showed up, and I've just been coachable. So like, our training and success leaves clues. So everything is laid out for us. So how exactly do you earn an income? And here's what I'm going to tell you. It is not a get rich quick scheme. You're not going to join and then all of a sudden be super rich and have all this money. Okay. You have to work. And as a new coach, you get paid in commissions from the people that you help. So our commissions range from 25 to 40% commission, depending on what you help somebody with. And I'll put it into perspective for you. My very first month as a coach, I earned $172. And I was pretty amazed with that. I helped two of my friends get started and my sister. And so that's also covered the investment that I made to get my pack. So when you start, if you're already in a challenge group, it's actually free for you to get set up with a coach account. It's a $60 registration fee, and then you get it reimbursed. But if you're not and you're new to this, I started this business. We all started this business for less than $200. You cannot build a business for less than $200. And what's crazy is that $200 didn't just open up a business. It gave me all the tools I needed for my own fitness journey. And I remember saying to Allie, I'm like, okay, what if I do this and I hate it? Like, how do I get out? Because I didn't want to be stuck in anything. She's like, you can just cancel your coach account and you keep everything. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Then it made sense. And I was like, well, why wouldn't I try it? So that investment was covered in my first month as a coach because of the training that we had and all the tools that we have available. So initially, that's how you're going to earn an income. And it's going to be based off of the people that you help. And then the second way that you earn an income is called team volume bonus. And that basically is, I won't go into too much detail, but when you start bringing people on board to do this with you, which I'm telling you is like the most rewarding thing ever. Helping people on their fitness journeys and helping them crush their goals is incredible. But seeing the impact that this can make, like when I see Natasha, who's going to speak next, she's one of my coaches. Like when I see the income that it's bringing into her family and the debt and they're paying down and everything, like that's because I asked her to do this with me. So when you start bringing people on to do this with you, you start to earn a team cycle bonus. And that's really where residual income comes into play. And that's where you can really build a really big income with this business. I have notes here because I don't want to talk too long and I have certain things I really want to cover for you guys. So that's the second way you earn an income. And the third way you earn an income is called, it's called Star Diamond bonuses. And these range anywhere from $1,000 to like I think $60,000 a quarter. And they are at different levels. So when you achieve certain levels in your business, they go from 2-star to 15-star diamond bonuses. So just to put it into perspective for you, it took me just over a year to earn the first star diamond bonus, which was $1,000 every quarter. And that's $1,000 that the company just puts into my bank account every quarter. And it took a year to accomplish that. And then it took me, it was 2.5 years into my business when we achieved 5-star. And the 5-star bonus is $3,400 every quarter. And then it keeps going up. So those are recognition things that you get from the company, and they're just on top of your income. And then lastly, we earn trips. And the trips like bring the best memories you could ever imagine. I can't even tell you, like, we get so excited. Allie and I are meeting tomorrow to plan like fun things for the team and things for our team to do when we go away. And these trips you earn by helping people. Like, all we're doing is our job. We're showing up every day and we do our job and we get awarded these trips. Next year we go to Punta Cana. And this year we went to a cruise. Like, you guys could be coming to that resort with us next year. And like I said, it's for helping people. We also earn like swag. We have our annual summit event that changes cities all the time. This year it's in Indianapolis. My passport had been expired for 5 years before I started coaching. I didn't travel. I couldn't afford to travel. And now I travel 3 to 4 times a year. I've been to LA. We've been to Mexico. I went to Nashville, New Orleans, Indianapolis, Vegas last year. Like, it is crazy the opportunity that is provided. And it just really, really is an incredible opportunity. So I hope that helps explain everything. The last thing I want to say before I hand it over to Natasha is we do pay a monthly fee. We pay a $20 a month business fee, but that we never buy product. We don't have to handle shipping things out to people, returns, customer service. They set up a website for us. So that $20 a month covers all of that. So there's no headaches on your end. And it also sets up your website, and it gives you a 25% discount as a coach on like any supplements and stuff, which is pretty amazing. So that is exactly how we earn an income. You guys, I'm 3.5 years into this and I still feel like it's just the beginning. And I'm on par for a 6-figure business this year. And I don't even feel like I'm anywhere near stopping, which is so crazy. So, okay. So I'm going to hand it over to Natasha now. Natasha is one of my coaches. I freaking love her. And I can't wait for you to hear her story. And take it away, Natasha.
Hey guys. Every time I hear Lindsay and Allie speak, I get so excited and like so inspired, and I just want to start like, okay, I gotta hang up, I gotta go work. I get so excited. Anyway, I'm really excited that you guys are here. So like Lindsay introduced me, I'm Natasha. I work full-time. I'm a medical speech pathologist. I work in the hospital. I do not work my business from like 8 a.m. until probably about 6 p.m. Just because the type of work that I do, I just can't be on my phone. So I do this part-time, and I really use pockets of time during my day to grow my business. But where I started this journey with Lindsay. I was about 12 weeks postpartum with my daughter Nora. I had a really hard pregnancy and a really hard delivery. And I ended up gaining like 90 pounds with my pregnancy. And so by the time Nora was born, and I wasn't small to begin with, like I had weight issues and I had body image issues my whole life. But I was over 350 pounds when I first started with Lindsay, and I was completely lost. I didn't feel like I had any control of my body. I felt like this random stranger inside my body, and nothing felt like my own anymore. And I just needed a change. So I started as a challenger first, and I got like, my first month, I lost like 15 pounds, and I was super pumped, and I was showing up every day, and I was commenting and sharing, and Lindsay's like, you need to coach with me. And I was like, you are crazy. I am not doing that. It's crazy. No one wants to hear from me. I had like this much belief in myself when I first started. And it gets me emotional when I talk about it every time, but like to think when I first started, the only person who believed in me besides my husband was Lindsay. Like, she had enough belief in me to help me get started and to like, I'm gonna cry. without her belief and without the team's belief and like the support and the community, like I wouldn't be who I am today. I wouldn't be the mom that I am today. I wouldn't have completely changed my life, and found me again after going through such a very traumatic time. So when I tell you that like saying yes to something that is terrifying can change your life, I'm not being dramatic. And I know it sounds dramatic, but it's not. And if you just trust in the process, it's like amazing things can happen. So like I mentioned, my confidence was nothing. It was in the toilet. I had body image issues my whole life, and I did not believe I could do this. And I also didn't feel like anybody would want to hear from me. I didn't feel like, okay, well, you're over like 300 pounds, Natasha. Who would want to take any advice from you? What do you have to say that's of any value? And I didn't think people would want to watch what I was doing. And like Ali, I never posted other than my kid. And that was like maybe once or twice a week. And I had like 100 friends. So I had all of these things, all of these self-limiting beliefs that stopped me from living to my fullest potential. And that anxiety and that self-sabotage and that negative self-image affected every aspect of my life. And that was one thing that I never realized was part of coaching, was how much work you do on your inner self. And that's just like, it's part of what we do. So yes, you're working on fitness, and yes, you're working on nutrition, and you're helping other people getting those results too. But a huge part is that mindset shift and the change that you do and the personal growth and development that you do that's weaved into everything that helps you become a different version of yourself, a better, more evolved version of yourself. And I think that's amazing. So all of those things we've all had. Feeling like you're not good enough, feeling like you don't want to be in front of the camera. I was always the chronicle mom that was behind the camera. Feeling like you don't have enough to post about, or you don't have friends, or you don't have time. All of those things are normal. We've all had those fears. And what we decided was not to let those fears dictate what we do in our life anymore. And we took a chance on something that was terrifying. And what we found in the process was a completely different, more amazing version of ourselves through community and through this business that we get to help people as we're helping ourselves, which is kind of amazing. So that was the other thing that I didn't expect, was the community and how much support and training we got. So when you join our team, it's not like we're like, okay, here's your coach ID, see you later, have a good time. We come together every week. We have team calls every week. We have a whole online training that it's self-paced, you do, but it's everything. It walks you through everything. We have a whole separate group that has ways that you can talk to people and share with people and send messages to people. Like it's so much support that you can't just, if you show up and do the things, you can't fail at that because you're showing up and we're there to support you 100%. Okay, I feel like I'm like talking a mile a minute, but that community that we have online is there no matter what. So if you wake up in the morning and you have a question, or you have a response from somebody and you don't know what to say or how to answer them, you literally post in the group. And there's someone that's going to be there to help support you and help answer your questions and everything like that. So that is me in a nutshell. I think I talked about everything, right? Am I missing something? No, I'm missing something. What am I missing?
Natasha's missing the fact that she has lost over 125 pounds on this journey. I'm like posting it in the comments, like, hello.
I'm not reading the comments. I'm talking.
Natasha.
Yes. So yeah. I've been coaching for 2 and a bit years, just over 2 years. I hit 2 years in February. And I've lost over 125 pounds, which is insane. And I still have about like 40 or so that I want to lose, and I'm struggling right now. But the thing is that I always thought, well, when I first started, I was like, oh, I need to be super fit to be able to be a coach. And then when I got results and I was like, oh man, I have results. How are people going to want to relate to me? But the thing is that like you're sharing about everything as you're going. You're sharing you, and people relate to that. And that was another one of my fears, is that like what happens if I have nothing to say? You always have something to say because you're always changing and you're always shaping who you want to be. So anyway, that's me. And you guys have to join us. We have the best team ever. I'm so excited. We get to see everybody in Summit in like a few months and then the Diamond Retreat in like a month, which is crazy.
It's so incredible. And one thing I want to say is like, I did not know Natasha.
Nope.
Like, she messaged me one day through Facebook. So
Yeah.
I know when I started as a new coach, I was like, I remember signing up and then being like, oh my God, who am I going to help? But you guys, social media is such an incredible tool and you connect with so many different people. And yeah, I'd say like 70% of the people that I've helped on this journey, I have never met before. Like, I've been connected with so many incredible people. And one thing I want to say before we let you guys go, whether you're a challenger or you want to know more, or maybe you're ready to sign up, you guys, we have local events happening this weekend and we would love for you guys to come with us. It's put on by Beachbody and we all come together as a team. We do a workout together. We hear success stories and you would just get a chance to see the community and be with us in person and see that we're just normal. Like, we're just real human beings. Like, there's nothing different about us. But it would just really give you a chance to get a better sense for it. So if you want to come along, we can always bring guests. We would love for you guys to come with us this weekend.
Yeah.
So message us.
And if you have any other questions about anything that we haven't talked about, or you have more questions, then just reach out to whoever invited you to this call tonight, and they'll be able to give you some more details.
Amazing. Thanks, girls. Does anyone have a question? We have 3 minutes if anyone has one. Seriously, open books right here. You will not get more honest people. Like, we have nothing to hide. No, so quiet. I hope you guys can come this weekend. If you're local, ours is just in Fall River. So just message whoever invited you to this group and we'll get you to that event. And then you can hang out with us.
Well, Allie says local, but Natasha's in Ottawa. But there's one there too. They're everywhere, all over the US and Canada. So yeah, reach out.
That's true. All right, guys. Good night. Thanks for joining us.